Welcome to Influencer, our series with the world's digital thought leaders, the people creating the trends that we are all talking about. Our Influencer segment is presented by AT&T. We'll be taking Twitter questions on our phone. Hop on yours, get connected, and join the conversation. Now, you know him from comedy classics like Clerks, Mallrats, and Chasing Amy, but now he's making his imprint in the web space with his very own internet radio network, Smodcast. I'm talking about none other than Kevin Smith.
Hello, how are you?
What's up?
I don't know, but I've been on the internet for a little while.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know,
Well,
I've heard that.
I was just like, and finally, he's turned his attention to the internet.
Welcome to the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
Isn't it an amazing place?
It's unbelievable. They got these things called URLs, and you can go surf. It's amazing. No, we've been doing the web stuff since '95. At viewaskew.com, we had a message board. Because the guy that designed the site, this dude Ming Chen, I said, we were putting it together. He goes, what do you want on it? I said, I would love to be able to do a Q&A like once a week or something like that.
Yeah.
Get on and do a kind of virtual Q&A of sorts. And he goes, why don't we just put a message board up? And I said, what's that? And he was just like, people could post questions when you're not there. You can reach them whenever you want. Essentially, a message board.
With this podcast, though,
you've
been doing it for a while, but now you just started doing daily. What was the decision behind that?
The decision was, basically, we started this show called Smodcast about 4 years ago. Me and my friend Scott Mosier, and we did that just by itself. And then, like a year and a half ago, we added more shows. We kind of went to its own address at smodcast.com. We started adding shows. My friends who'd been on the show, I gave them shows. I started doing more shows myself. And it's cheap. It's not like film. Film, you know, you get an idea for film. It's a very ridiculous, expensive art form because you're like, you know, if you're a painter, you paint something right on a wall and express yourself. You're a songwriter, you can hum a tune even. But if you're, as a filmmaker, you're that cat that's like, I have a really great idea. I just need $20 million and 100 people to pull it off. It's ridiculous. Whereas a podcast, if I got a really good idea, I'm like, sit down. I start talking. And so suddenly you're hitting audiences you didn't even know existed. Like it kind of it changes the game. Like all of a sudden when I was hitting, the follower number on Twitter was going up and up. Suddenly I was like, I don't think I have met everyone that likes everything we've done. I thought it was a very small audience. And it turns out it's much larger than I thought.
And you become your own platform and also have broken so much news through it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Once you're talking to that many people, you don't really need many other people. At the end of the day, you're breaking your own news and stuff like that. Like I used to, hey man, let's get Variety to cover this or something like that. And now I'm like, why bother? I get more hits than Variety. So it's like, I'll break it here.
Hit somebody, your next movie. You've said this is your last one.
Yeah.
Is it really like, with someone who's just as creative as you, can you say that to yourself, this is my last movie?
Yeah, I've been doing it for 20 years. So at that point, yeah, you're done. You know, you get midlife, I'm 40 years old now. So all that time that I put into movies was fantastic, but I'm like, another 20 years doing the same thing, why bother? Like, that was great. Now let's do something else. I got the luxury of being able to switch one art form, swap it out for another. You know, did just enough work or business or gained enough respectability in the one that I could kind of go out and try other things. And I know for a fact that the audience likes that. The audience doesn't want me to sit there and keep making the same movies over and over again. They're like, go try this, go try this.
What about web series? Would you ever do any
Totally,
video?
absolutely. That's the thing. Like when I talk about not directing, I'm talking about the theatrical, cinematic features, all that. Making a movie and then everyone gets ready for the 3-day weekend release and it needs to be made or broken right there and all that money they spend on marketing. I'm just done with that. But I'm sure I'll direct again. Like if somebody's like, hey man, you want to do a music video? I'd be like, oh, absolutely. Web series, absolutely. TV show, I'd even leave room for that. But we got the internet, and the internet is cheap, man. That's the thing. It's like people treat the internet now like they treated TV 20 years ago. Like, oh, it's television. The internet is more powerful than TV because I guarantee you, everyone's like, well, there's a TV in every house. There's usually 3 computers in every house now. Like you go online, you can do everything they do out here. You guys know it. You're in this room pulling off what you're pulling off for like next to nothing. You don't need all that money to do that anymore, especially we got talented, driven people.
So we've gotten a ton of Twitter questions. You retweeted our tweet, which we always love, from a lot of your big fans out there, and you have a ton of them. So one of them ties actually...
These all fat jokes, you're like big fans, and there are tons of them.
You had some thoughtful fans. Are you surprised?
Not at all. I've met the fan base. They're wide and varied and diverse. I know everyone wants to write them off as like absolute non-thinking apes at the beginning of that Kubrick picture, but they're a very smart bunch.
This actually ties into your new film, Red State.
Yeah.
From at the husband, Carlos, how do you feel about the impact of digital distribution and its impact to movie theaters and fans?
Fantastic. Anything that gets the movie into the hands of the audience quicker, faster, and as widely as possible is great. But if you can get it into a digital format and get it in front of them in their computers or their TVs via video on demand or whatever, that seems to be the way to go, particularly with specialized film. Like, look, it ain't gonna work for everybody because a lot of these event pictures, you go see Thor, they spend a lot of money to make you come out and see Thor because that's where the money is before they go to home video and stuff.
You have a Smodathon.
Sunday at 2 it begins up at the John Lovitz Comedy Club at the Universal City Walk out here in Hollywood. It's called Pod Damn It. We're doing like 6 shows from 2 in the afternoon till 2 in the morning on Monday.
And live streaming them?
We will be. I think we're going to be live streaming it over at smodcast.com. But you know, you can go there too. It's like $50 and you get a slanket.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for hanging out here.
Thanks for having me.
Second
I
guest.
dig what you guys are doing. It's very cool.
I
You turn the camera.
appreciate
Did you
that.
show them the rest of the place?
We should. We'll have one of those
It's very cool
cameras
here.
out to the rest
And
of
they
the
have a killer view. It's astounding, man.
Kevin, you rock. Of course, follow him at @KevinSmith on Twitter and listen to him daily at smodcast.com. Now, here at What's Trending, we love staying.